Hey, what's up people? Michael here. If you want to partner your YouTube channel up, check out the link in the description.
Hello everybody, I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Brandon Godden. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter, the cameras more numerous. And I don't know, there's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll.
Shooters posted outside inside of your building, they know where to run to. My little gator been waiting for prey like all day, and you looking like lunch food. And them boys like to hunt too. Yeah, my little nigga 50 to drop, but she got a stunt too. It was days where I didn't have nowhere to sleep and no east where the cover was bare. Now it's money and food everywhere. Bitches on me cause everything rare. Fuck with me, nah, you wouldn't dare. Kill a nigga and don't even care. I know niggas say they want me dead. Never scared, nah, I'm just aware. Think I'm lacking and you gon' be clapped. Never slipping even off the act. So much money ain't no going back. It feel like we living in the trap. So much dough, so much coke, so much crack. It feel like we
all the talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. Their 41-year-old quarterback leading them out there in his 19th season out of Michigan, the great Tom Brady. They're led out by a man who started more Super Bowls than anyone in NFL history, the great Tom Brady.
I can't help but admire the career Tom Brady has had. The numbers are off the charts. The Super Bowl championships and rings, we know that they are incredible. But how about the durability? Had one season that he missed, most of that season because of a knee injury. The rest of the time, he answers the bell and wills his team to victory more times than not.
Attitude is always fuck you niggas payment. Attitude is always fuck you niggas payment.
Brady now on first down. Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Brown. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They couldn't hook up with Decker that time.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Hop out the bed and drink me some Folgers. This girl on my line, she begging for Cobra. The middle of night, she wanna come over. Don't matter the kitchen, the floor, the sofa. Hop out the bed and drink me some Folgers. This girl on my line, she begging for Cobra. I'm kidding, I think every time she come through.
So after the INT They find tackle all over the middle. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
She gon' roll it up, she don't smoke for free, she won't go nowhere, she gon' always be right here, cause
now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproul. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Wentz. Not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
He'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forcing incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Elliott puts this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road, you're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe they'll play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry now for Rex Burkhead. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
Let's take a look at the big fella, Rob Gronkowski. All-pro, it feels like each and every year. And when he's healthy, he's going to be all-pro. He's done it 4 times in his career. 69 catches, over 1,000 yards in 2017. But why is he so good? Speed, size, agility, and absolutely understands the offense and where he needs to be in order to get the football.
Now Brady throwing on second down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there at 22.
There it is, partner. Brady and Gronk, their first connection in the game.
I think those two often in sync.
I don't think there's any question about it. And look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. 2 great competitors, 2 fantastic players.
Never been scared of that rush. Always keeping things round us. All my niggas on hush. All my niggas gon' bust. Me gon' give me A++. Me gon' give me A++. Come and take a hit of this angel dust.
Go, let's go.
Throwing on first down is Brady. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So 1 quarter down here in the Super Bowl. 3-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Why I'm stressing from my life to the ground. Blow through a zip real quick, though this loud-headed sound. Why you mad, why you frown? Bet you feeling this now. Why can't I breathe in the room with all this clutter around?
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Real quick, all this loud-headed sound. Why you mad, why you frown? Bet you feeling this now. I'm a Maryland nigga.
On second down, here's Brady. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Brady to Gronkowski, cover athlete to cover athlete for a Patriot first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that pick, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Bitch, I'm the man with this shit. It's my Energizer Bunny, give me power for hours. Feel that pain, feel that rain, you won't feel me through showers. Up and down in that
Brady, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Brady gonna give this one to Burkhead. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
But he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
If you down to fuck, then baby, let me know. If you got a problem, baby, let me know. All my PC niggas down and let it go. Getting money,
They'll run it here. This is James White down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Getting money, we getting money. Boy, this rap shit is lovely.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Might get so bad with company. Can I breathe in the room with all you people around? Boy, I'm stressing. Why I'm stressing from my life to the ground.
From the gun on third down, Brady quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Brady to Gronkowski. They make it look easy, don't they? It's a Patriot first down.
Why you mad? Why you frown? Bet you feeling this now. I'm going down, baby. Yo, street in the Range Rover. If you down to fuck, then baby, let me know. If you got a problem, baby, let me know. All my people niggas down to let it go.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Super Bowl 52 after this. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report.
Party cranking in the back cranking, we got the mixing depth. Booty jumping, turning and hopping, but
on 1st and 10, here's Brady. And a dump off to White. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brady to throw on 2nd down. This is caught. Gronkowski. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. Yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And caught by Hogan for a Patriot touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Pats able to cash in for 6. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point good by Gronkowski, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
Just flying with the Arizona, hit the doja, now you in the coma. Fuck around the trap, goddamn a nigga blow up. On your corner, show up. That's where I come out each and every night.
Gronkowski now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st down, Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on second down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
If I bought it, I'ma spark it. Oh, hit the phone, said he fucking with a party. When a nigga touchdown, make it blow Nagasaki. Murderland flag.
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout.
The system got a homie feeling groggy. It's like sag. It's a party in my pants, don't make me cocky. Shorty want a party, cause we pushing narcotics, blowing traffic. Got a diabolic plan to get a body.
She just wanna party. All of her friends, they just wanna come and party, y'all.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun on 3rd down, wins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first down.
Well, that's funny because I wanna fuck you now. Said she got a blunt.
So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play.
Hotel full of bitches sipping up Bacardi. Fly life niggas rolling up that Bob Marley. But I ain't really with the shit. God damn it, got my solo cup full of the Henny. These bitches on my dick cause they're the mixtape. God damn it, baby girl, don't tempt me. You know that I be on some other shit. I'm riding in the whip, sipping on the fit, whipping like I'm on a mission. On the bitch, all these niggas in the pit never faze me.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got room. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Patriots have it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big time play. Knocking it free, creating something good for your team.
So the Patriots coming out now. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. They'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down, Brady. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down. Brady to Decker over the middle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play.
Shout out Mama and Poppy, they raised me. Shout out PG, my county, it raised me. Take a sip of this potion and say getting loose in this function, we feeling. Slim thick tall to my shouties, I love her.
Brady now, 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. On first down, Brady. And right side, caught, Hogan. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's get hot some more. I take your kid at dinner. She on my line. I give her business whenever she on my line. You got that kid, I got better.
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going.
Tennessee in my blood, motherfucker.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Wentz now on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Once again here on 2nd and 10. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Sproles so quick and agile. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now some pointing up front and a flag down. This might just move them back 5.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
I've been on my own, I'm on it, come up. These rumors circulate, my name don't come up. My money in the bank, watch I come up. The play the Henry rep code that it come up.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
She lifting up her dress, I watch it come up. Keep feeling on my thing, gon' make it come up. Keep killing all these beasts and murder rate up.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
They got the juice, ain't drinking what they doing now. Rapping what they saying, we can hear it, man. Every single track I gotta switch the blues.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Rumors circulate, my name don't come up. My money in the bank, watch it come up. They'll play the Henry rap code that it come up.
They'll run. This is Burkhead. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
You know this game, know how this game go. Everyone watching, you gotta lay low. Details coming and hella slow.
Again, they run with Burkhead. Room here to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they got themselves a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
She lifting up her dress, I watch it come up. Keep feeling on my thing, gon' make it come up. I've been on my own, I'm on it, come up. These rumors circulate, my name don't come up. My money in the bank, watch I come up. They'll play the Henry rap code that it come up. Your girl will mess with me, she on it come up.
Now Burkhead trying to find a lane, but instead Instead, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And the tackle there by Chris Long. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now he'll throw with Brady. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Brady now on first down. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 1 quarter remains in Super Bowl 52. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run now with Burkhead. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And look at this, they get the turnover they needed, it's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones, and the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game with the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles. And it's 2nd down. So not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And some space here. Flush to his right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Girl, I'm going by 10. Don't hate with that job. You can travel, be my friend. How that work? Been grinding for a minute. Now these outside niggas want to put their hands
as big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Throwing his Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Finding room to the 20. It's complete left side to Aguilar. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. The quick slant cut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar from 6 yards away. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. A drive that time of 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Elliott now to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another 4th quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Right side, there's Decker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chris Long in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He's back to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Brady to Gronkowski for the Patriot first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Brady to throw. And he's got Decker, left side.
I'm still stainless. I be on my name, and that's exactly why they hate it. Told me go and get it, and I'm running out of patience. Haters are disguised, and I can see it on their faces. Not too many grind like this. Been dragged through the mud, but I shine like this. Not too many grind like this. Been dragged through the mud, but I shine like this. Open up my eyes, now it's time to grind. Working to the end, double overtime. Mr. Montana told me that the world was mine, but I forgot that same night he was snorting lines. I had to go and get it, yeah, I was watching through the blinds. Face up
Brady now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
I'm on the rise, a great solution just to end me, but that's hard to find.
To throw is Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Gronkowski for the point after. Gronkowski with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a New England touchdown.
Not too many grind like this. Been dragged through the mud, but I shine like this. Not too many grind like this. Been dragged through the mud, but I shine like this. All the nights I had to stay up, now they asking me to hit the stage up. We was grinding hard and that made us. What label us? Notorious. These corporate thugs trying to rob us. Fuck a limit, dog, ain't no stopping us. Now these thirsty bitches wanna ride with us. Reppin' 301 until my heart bust. Ain't wanna be broke, so I had to go and change it. Waiting on my chance, now I'm gonna take it. Same old shit, but the world keep changing. Government want a young nigga that's brainless.
Gronkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
But I shine like not too many grind like, but I shine like.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit.
When the pen laid to the page, hit the weed and now it looks like I've been pepper sprayed.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Explosions from a fresh grenade for those who will embrace. When the G is in your presence, yeah, let's squash it face to face.
Back to throw, Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Hit the vape and now I'm star surfing on a satellite. PGN taking over, yeah, we like the poltergeist. You can make a blockbuster.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I was stuck inside my own mind until I found a mind to support my family, get this money, motherfucker.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
Generations dying. X, not the I. Times 10 we multiply. Real G's never die. When will you realize that they just want to market and make dollars off my design? No, I ain't the first to say it, cause it happens all the time. I maneuver through the bullshit, ain't no slowing down my grind. Y'all can get up in the game, but I can tell y'all niggas jive. I got
and they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.